Next question.
How do you finance your deal?
Finance a deal, you can do it many ways. You can either be really wealthy and just buy it yourself, or you can have family or friends. It's another way of syndicating, family and friends. There's Regulation D, Regulation B. That's SEC terms, and that's legal jargon and stuff. So I definitely recommend talking to an attorney before setting anything up and going after money. You have to just be responsible. So I would just recommend people start small, buy something that's worth 100,000 and go to 500, and ask for $1 million. And if you're doing great and you're getting people returns like you're supposed to and you're a man of your word, then keep growing. Next question.
Conventional loans.
Is that a question? It sounded like a statement. You want to know what a conventional loan is?
Yeah, what's a conventional
So
loan?
it's a type of residential loan. It's a package that's through, it's a Fannie Mae type of loan, but you have, let me separate them. So you have your VA loans, you have your FHA, you have your conventional. Conventional is always the best for investors. If you sell your house, I always like to list my houses as conventional only, because with FHA, it's a certain type of buyer. Okay, they don't have a lot of money. They don't have 20% to put down, so typically they're putting down 3 to 5%, and they're going to request concessions from you, and they're going to request. And then the FHA, which is a government-backed loan, it's protected, so they're going to make sure that there's 2 appraisals and a bunch of inspection or heavy inspection, and if there's even a light bulb turned the wrong way, you watch out. So. Then you have VA, which is another loan. Takes longer to close it. Usually, it's usually military, zero down kind of. I love buying with VA and FHA if I can. Partner with a military person. Oh yeah, because then you don't have to put any money down. Buy the right price. Cash flows are out the door, and it's talk about infinite returns. So there's no cap rate on something like that because it's called an infinite return. I put no money into it, yet it's making me money. That's an infinite return. So kind of. I guess talked about 2 things. Next question.
Where do you find the deals?
Oh, that's a hairy question right there. Not telling you, it's my secret. No. There's so many different places to look. I mean, if you're starting out, I recommend talking to people in your neighborhood. If you live in an apartment complex, talk to people in your apartment complex, okay? Everyone knows someone that has a house. And out of the 1,000 people that you ask, do you know anybody that's looking to sell? You'll probably find at least one, and then you get that under contract, and then you just repeat, rinse and repeat, and then as soon as you get your first house sale, you'll be confident, you'll know what to look for, you'll go to these RIA meetings, these RIA events, and network and meet up and all that stuff, and start networking with people in your region, and talk to as many people as you possibly can. Networking is your net worth, period. Next question.
How do you know it's the right deal?
If you don't know, if you're questioning and you don't know how to analyze a property, I suggest you learn from somebody that can teach you, like, shameless plug, Alamo Wealth Builders. We can teach you all of that stuff. Next question.
How do you get financial security?
Well, marry a sugar mama. No, financial security is your, what I like to call your freedom number. So for instance, tally up all of your bills that you owe. Like say you lost everything except where you're living, your car, your essentials to live. What is the amount of money, amount of debt service that you owe every month? Let's say for me, let's say I owe $2,000 a month. That times 2 is a freedom number. I like that, it works. People say, well, it's times 0.25 and all that, just to be safe. No. I say times 2. So if your debt every month is $2,000, and that's including living, utilities, cell phone, everything, food, okay, insurance, gas. Think of things. Think of everything. Your TV bill, internet, things like that. Tally it all up. Whatever that is, multiply it by 2, and that's your freedom number. So if your freedom number is, your debt's $2,000. Multiply by 2, that's $4,000. So your freedom number is $4,000 per month. That means you need to be making $4,000 of what I call mailbox money every month. Okay, money that just comes in because you have rental properties or you're invested in like our group. You give us $100,000, put in an apartment complex, we give you those returns, and you're making that money. Okay, And then when you make that money, you keep building up, building up, building up. And then once you have your freedom number, that is financial independence. Right? Financial independence, is that the question you had? Financial, what was it? Financial what?
Yes, it was financial.
Sure. All right, next question.
Where did you start?
I started in my mother's womb one day, and all right. So I started. Man, I was flipping businesses a decade ago, and I started just went through a lot of bad things in my life, as some of you guys seen my episode on that on my story, and so I kind of jumped into teaching because I loved education. I loved giving back, and I was bored of staying at home, to be honest with you. And so when I got into it, I